Good evening. It is Saturday evening. I don't know what. Oh, it's June 8th. I've got the Marshall Mini ST Studio 20 watt. It's a 20 watt version of the Marshall JTM45. Picked this up from my friends at Long and McQuaid, and thought I'd do a quick video. As you can see, I have a Bogner 4x12 loaded with vintage 30s, but for simplicity's sake, I'm going to use the aux box in today's video. You can't see it in this video, but it's actually behind the monitor. It's actually that way. So just trust me, it's the aux. You can see the software here. And by far easier option to go through various cabs and speakers, and I'm not going to go through all the mics and all that. I'm just going to flip through. We're gonna keep it dynamic, 421 ribbon 160 pretty much for all the setups. And to keep things really simple, we're gonna have a plate reverb. I've got the effects loop disabled, and I'm gonna engage a few Rockett overdrive pedals, the Silver Archer, which is a clone, a 45 caliber, which is actually a JTM45 pedal, and the Dude, which is kind of a dumbly Marshally overdrive. Yeah, so I've got a Gibson R8 right here. And that's pretty much it. At some point, I'll engage maybe some modulation from my Strymon Mobius. So right now, I've got the channels jumped, as you can see. Very standard jumpered setup. Basically, the cable's going into the high treble channel at the top, and then I've got the bottom high treble jumpered to the top of the normal, which is the bassy channel. And most people set it up this way, so that's the way I'm going to have it set up. So right now, both loudness 1 and loudness 2 are at 4. My EQ's all at noon. Bass I've lowered to 2. JTM45s are generally bassy and boomy by nature. They're just very fat and thick and low end sounding. I won't ramble too much longer. My impressions of this amp upon first plugging it in, extremely impressed by how much it reminded me of the JTM45 reissue and the 1990, I think it was a 1995 Blues Breaker. I was amazed just how much they nailed that sound. What I was a little surprised and a little turned off by was the crunch. I recall more of a articulate, crunchy, AC/DC kind of crunch, not plexi crunch, but still an impressive crunch from my JTM45 reissue and the Blues Breaker that I'm not quite getting with this amp. Now, I am running this through the aux. I did try it with my Ironman attenuator as well as using the aux attenuator fully cranked, and I still wasn't getting the same kind of crunch. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. There's something not quite right with when you dime this amp. It breaks up nicely, just not my kind of crunch that I'm after. The Plexi does that. The Studio Vintage 20 is my amp of choice, or the 100 watt hand wired, but that's so freaking loud. Anyways, so without further ado, both volumes at 4. And here's how it sounds like with the neck pickup. Hit it with a boost. Middle. I guess I should have told you what cabinet we're going through in the aux. These are 30 watt greenbacks, apparently. Bridge. We'll flip to UK vintage 30s. Let's do some punchy greenbacks. How about a 2x12 Alnico? I kind of like that. I'm going to engage the 45 caliber. Now, I could be mistaken, but I think the really early blues breakers, some of them had Alnicos, or a lot of people used to play JTM45s with Alnicos, if I'm not mistaken. Sounds nice and warm. Very bluesy. I'll engage the dude overdrive. Try it with the middle. Yeah, that's not right. Increase the low end on the dude. Anyhow, that was a pretty cool cab. Nice speakers. Dig it. Here's a 4x10 Bassman cab. Not bad. 2x12 Boutique D65. What is that supposed to be? This custom ported cabinet features British style 65 watt speakers and is a choice of many modern blues and rock players. The speaker and cabinet combination delivers tight bottom end clarity. Boutique D65. I'm not sure what the D is. Maybe I'm a moron. Are those like, I don't know, Dumble speakers? I don't think Dumble made speakers. Let's go by the 2x12 Ace Top, which is obviously a Vox 2x12. They're supposed to be silver speakers. black. Custom half-closed cabinet features highly sought-after black high wattage speakers favored by early 80s metal players. Interesting. These must be blackbacks. So anyways, I guess it's probably a good time to crank this amp. Let's go to 6. I'm going to keep the normal channel at around 5. Let's see how they both sound at 8, actually. Now, in my ear monitors, it's sounding very raspy, so I'm going to flip to the famous, let's go to these 4x12 greenbacks thick. So what I just did is bring down the normal channel, which is the bassy channel. It's a very, very bassy amp, so you always gotta like keep that normal bassy channel lower. So what you're hearing is only the amp's overdrive. No pedals, no boost, nothing. And in the aux, I've got the plate reverb. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. Plate reverb, the 2 mics, and a room mic. And the EQ is engaged. I don't know, that was just by default. So we'll flip through some 4x12s now that we've got more gain going on. Greenback 30s. V30s 4x12. And this must be yeah, heavy distorted scoop. This is a Mesa Boogie 4x12 with V30s. And this is a lead 80 watt 4x12. And these are creambacks. Generally, creambacks are my favorite speakers. There's just something right that sounds right with that cab in this amp. I think I see why people used to use Alnicos with JTMs. It just feels right. And it sounds nice and warm. So here I am with the Alnico 50s. Designed for smooth and singing single note tones when using high gain, these speakers break up on high notes in the F sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp range. Interesting. When speaker drive is pushed. So let's push the speaker drive a little more. You know, I gotta say, this is my favorite speaker setup with the mini JTM. 2 Alnicos. just love it. Just love it. All right, enough yakking. Let's crank the channels now. So I've got treble, loudness 1, the high treble channel cranked. And I'll put the normal at about 8. I'm going to crank the treble, crank the middle. I'm still going to keep the middle, the bass at around 4. And I'll crank the presence. This is pretty much the maximum gain that you're going to get. I mean, if I crank the second channel, I think if anything, it's just going to be flubbier. Like I thought. I'm going to keep the normal channel at noon, but crank the high treble. So getting back to that lack of articulation that I'm hearing, I'm just not hearing that articulate Marshall crunch that is the reason why I keep coming back to Marshalls, and that I'm not really into super high gain amps. I like that clarity. I like those notes to just pop out, and also when I'm jamming with my friends, my solos just pop out way easier when it's not compressed and flubby. Now that, I don't think I'd have a problem cutting through. The presence adds a lot of gain. Check this out. This is presence at 0. Huge difference. Now, could you do early AC/DC with this amp? Yes, you could. Hit it with a clon. It gets super compressed right away, actually. This is with the gain on the clon at 0, but engaged. Very flubby. I would turn down the... I would not crank these amps really past 8, to be honest. Gain wise. Here's the 45 caliber engaged. It's like playing a JTM45 on top of a JTM45. Here's just the Archer, the clon. With no gain now. If I crank the gain, I'll take that off, and here's the dude. So anyways, I don't want to bore you too much with all these different cabs. Like, we could go to a 1x12 greenback. Sounds boxy and clangy like you'd expect from one greenback in a 1x12. Here's a 1x10 champ cab. Could be a very useful recording tool, though. Here's a 1x12 Deluxe. Not bad. Two by 10 Vibrolux. So let's go back to that 2x12 Alnico. Do you see how that just sounds right? Some trem. I hope that fart didn't just come through. Good way to end the video. Thanks for watching. Pretty cool amp. I'm not going to keep it. If I was rich, I'd keep it, but I don't have the cash to keep it. But super cool amp. Incredible cleans. Great pedal platform. I should say beautiful aesthetics. Like if you were to see this logo up close, you know what? Let's just do that. It is really cool. Incredible attention to detail. Wait a minute. Hold on. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Look at the cloth. Really well designed, Marshall. Good job. Very good job. It looks really cool. And it matches my Bogner 4x12 surprisingly well. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's kind of tough in a low lighted room, but if you happen to have a Bogner cab, it matches super well. And there's my aux back there. So, hey, cool. Wow, infinite cameras. Dig it, baby. Woo. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, get notifications, subscribe, and all that bullshit. Yada, yada, yada. Cheers.